Catch me if you can.
Down, Grandpa. Sunnysands is called Sunnysands because it's sunny and it's sandy and it's right by the sea. I love staying here with my Auntie Jules and Uncle CJ. I love Miss Smiley's cafe and Mr. Whoops's shop and Bob's boat. Oh, and the lighthouse where Mr. Mentor the inventor lives and where he comes up with all his amazing inventions.
Ta-da!
And today, I was visiting Mr. Mentor with Uncle CJ.
Now just look at this invention. Oh, how fabridiculous is that?
Mr. Mentor doesn't just invent things, he invents words too.
Spectacularly fabridiculous. So what is it?
What is it? What do you mean, what is it? It's obvious what it is. It's a spangly jangly dangle dish, that's what.
Mrs. Ostrich likes it, don't you, Mrs. Ostrich?
Mrs. Ostrich has very good taste.
Dare I ask what it's for?
It's not for anything, CJ. It spangles and jangles and dangles. Well, just look at it.
Wonderful. Now, we called by to give you these, Mr. Mentor.
It's full of sparkly things. We thought you could use some of them in your inventions.
Oh, how marvelous. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love a good sparkly thing. Like this, for instance. How sparkly is this?
Wonderfully sparkly.
I can hardly tear myself away, but needs must. I'm off to a meeting of the most remarkable inventors of the universe. And I'm proud to belong, CJ. Proud to belong.
We'll give you a lift in Campo. Come on.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Wonder Bubble. Oh.
Now, Mr. Mentor wasn't the only one who loved his new invention. Someone else was keen on it. A bonglebird was watching. Bonglebirds love shiny things. And this bonglebird really loved Mr. Mentor's spangly jangly dangle dish. Once we'd left Mr. Mentor at the meeting of the most remarkable inventors of the universe, I told Grandpa all about the new invention.
Well, at least it isn't for anything, Elsie. There's always trouble with Mr. Mentor's inventions if they're for anything.
No, it just dangles. It's for dangling.
Then it won't need my help.
But Grandpa was wrong. Mr. Mentor came home from his meeting and the bonglebird was on the table. She had tipped out all the sparkly bits and bobs.
Excuse me! Don't you dare pinch my sparkly bits. Shoo!
And Mr. Mentor shooed the bonglebird out of the window.
Shoo!
Then he saw his dangle dish again.
At least the bonglebird didn't steal my spangly jangly dangle dish.
But suddenly he noticed something.
Oh, my goodness. She didn't steal it. She laid her eggs in it. She thought it was a nice, shiny nest. Oh, no. Oh, Mrs. Bonglebird, come back. Come and sit on your nest and hatch your babies. All is forgiven.
But Mrs. Bonglebird did not come back.
Oh, how could I have been so mean? If the bonglebird doesn't sit on her eggs, they won't hatch. CJ will know.
And Mr. Mentor ran to his phone and dialed the number for the mill on the marsh.
CJ, it's Mr. Mentor. I've done a terrible thing.
You've done a terrible thing, Mr. Mentor.
A terrible thing?
Uh-huh. Yes. I see. Oh, dear. Eggs? A bonglebird? Yes, I do see the problem.
And Mr. Mentor told Uncle CJ about the terrible thing he'd done.
Elsie, we've got to go round Sunnysands and help Mr. Mentor find a mummy bonglebird.
What's happened?
She's laid her eggs in the spangly jangly dangle dish.
Of course she has.
And Mr. Mentor shooed her away before he'd seen them.
Of course he did.
He's so upset.
Of course he is. And you know what bonglebird eggs are like? They hatch really fast.
So we have to find the mummy bird really fast. Elsie, put your toys away. We'll take Queenie. We'll start at the beach. Meet you downstairs.
Looks like Mr. Mento's latest invention is going to need my help after all. You go to the beach, I'll go to the lighthouse.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
When my Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to lots of tricks. And his magic can make things go, like this. And this. And he can run really fast. And he's always hiding. Today, I couldn't find him anywhere.
Psst! I'm over here.
What's your plan?
Those eggs need to hatch, and someone's going to have to hatch them.
You can't hatch eggs, Grandpa.
I can't, but Mrs. Ostrich can.
And Grandpa climbed onto Mrs. Ostrich.
Elsie, hurry up!
Be careful, Grandpa.
I will.
So I set off for Sunnysands Beach with Uncle CJ and Queenie. And Grandpa set off for the lighthouse on Mrs. Ostrich. But just after we left the meadow, someone arrived. It was Mrs. Bunglebird. She landed in her empty nest in the big tree. She looked very sad. She didn't know that Grandpa was about to help her eggs to hatch in the Dangle dish nest. He flew in through the lighthouse window. He landed very gently on the Dangle dish and got off Mrs. Ostrich.
Done. Shouldn't have to wait long.
We'd been all round Sunnysands and there was no sign of the bonglebird. So back we came to the meadow. Mr. Mentor was very worried indeed.
I'm sorry I haven't got time to keep looking, Mr. Mentor. We have guests arriving very soon.
I know, CJ, but thank you. This is absolutely dreadful. I should never have shooed her away.
Cheer up. She's got to be somewhere.
She is. She's there. Look!
Oh, my ears. Oh, so she is. Oh, come down, Mummy Bongle. Come now, come with me and hatch your babies.
Oh, I think she's a bit afraid.
Well, of course she's afraid. I'm going straight to the lighthouse and invent something that will hatch out Mummy Bonglebird's babies.
I had to let Grandpa know that the mummy bird was here. I had an idea. Mr. Mentor, tell the eggs that their mummy's in the meadow at the mill.
Quite right. That might encourage them to hatch. Oh, your mummy is in the meadow at the mill. Yes, right, I've got it. See you later.
Back at the lighthouse, Grandpa was still waiting.
Not long now, little eggs. Do you hear me? Just be patient.
And just then, Mr. Mentor came back.
Mrs. Ostrich, how come you're here? Elsie must have left you this morning. But how did you get into my dangle dish?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Don't tell me. One of my inventions got you there. Oh, brilioso. The things they get up to when I'm not looking. Now, which one?
Grandpa climbed higher so he could see the eggs.
So many of them. Now, don't you worry, little eggs. Your mummy is in the meadow at the mill.
And just then, this happened. Mrs. Ostrich started to jiggle. And one by one, the baby bungles hatched.
Oh, it's absolutely perfectable. Marvelous. Spectacular.
Then the baby bungles jumped up and down in the nest. And then they jumped up and down on Mr. Mentor.
Oh, you're very loud. Oh, ouch! Oh, what's that? You're very hungry. What? Oh, no.
Then Mr. Mentor realised something else.
You think I'm your mother? Right. Don't panic. I'm not your mother, but I'll go and find you some food. Worms. I'll go right now and find you some worms. Wait right there.
Grandpa knew he had to get them back to their real mother as quickly as he could.
Right, you lot. Mrs. Ostrich and I are going to give you a flying lesson. Follow me. You ready?
flap your wings, Mrs. Ostrich.
And the baby bungles copied Mrs. Ostrich. And soon, this happened. Out of the window flew Grandpa and Mrs. Ostrich, and the baby bungles followed. And soon, Grandpa and the baby bungles flew into the meadow. Grandpa! Grandpa landed Mrs. Ostrich next to the nest, and the baby bungles followed, and the mummy bungle bird went.
Go on, babies. That's your mother.
The babies hopped into the nest.
You're welcome. See you in a bit, Elsie.
Just then, Uncle CJ came out in a panic.
I'm in a panic. Mr. Mentor just called. The eggs have hatched, the birds have gone. He has no idea where they are.
I have...
Oh, they're back with their mum in their proper nest. How lovely. I'll go and call Mr. Mentor right away.
I ran inside to find Grandpa. Cap off, Grandpa, quick! Well done.
It wasn't me, it was Mrs. Ostrich, and I couldn't have done it without you. I wouldn't have known where the mummy bird was if you hadn't asked Mr. Mentor to tell the eggs.
Yes, that was a clever idea. Teamwork, yes?
Teamwork.
Mr. Mentor is so pleased. He says that one of his inventions must have taught the bonglebirds how to fly, but he has no idea which one.
Really?
This one, I think.
Teamwork.
It was a very windy morning. Tip and Top were wondering what they could do in such bad weather. They both knew something would come up, and sure enough, it did. It wasn't every day that they saw a cart move all on its own, and they were both a little scared. Then, as always, Tip had an idea. The wind was blowing so strongly that he had trouble getting down the steps. Tip was relieved because it could have been worse. He had to get back inside. Luckily, Top was there to help him. Outside, the cart gathered speed and disappeared into the woods. Tip and Top had been so close to a wonderful adventure, but the wind had stopped them. They were very disappointed. The only thing to do was close the shutters and wait for the wind to stop. And it soon did. The two friends wasted no time. They had to find that cart. They looked all over the place for it, but it was a long time before Top finally found it, rammed up against a tree. Together, They pulled the cart back to the house. Then Top made a strange discovery. Where on earth could the egg have come from? Tip thought he knew. He used the blackboard to show Top that it must have fallen from the tree when the cart rammed into it. So they took a ladder and went back to the tree. All Tip needed to do was to climb up and put the egg back in the nest. Tip and Top were very pleased with themselves, but now they wanted to see if the egg would hatch. They didn't want to frighten the birds off, so they kept at a distance and used their telescope to see what was happening. This was a new kind of adventure for Tip and Top. They'd never seen an egg hatch or a mother bird feed her chick, and they took it in turns to watch for the rest of the day.
Missed sheepdog tales. This morning, Calamity Janet is showing her chicks around Borough Farm.
Oh, I'm on my way for a walk with my toddling brood. We'll see some sights and we've got a little bit of food. Bobbing my head, enjoying the day. Cluck, cluck, cluck away, cluck, cluck, cluck away, cluck away.
Morning, Calamity Janet.
Morning, Joyce.
What are you up to today, Calamity?
Just taking the kids out for a stroll. Oh, there's one.
Well, just you take care.
Oh, don't worry about me. You're there, my loves. 1, 2, more than 2. Jolly good. And off we go.
Alas, Janet had forgotten to tell the other chickens where she'd gone, which sent them into a panic.
Alert! Alert! Emergency! SOS, what?
Morning, Captain.
Oh, miss, terrible affair. What?
What are you talking about?
It's Calamity Janet. She's gone off, I say, gone off.
Are you sure she's not in her coop?
Of course I'm sure. There's absolutely nothing there.
Oh. What about that large pile of broken eggshells?
Well, what about them?
Well, don't you see, Captain? Don't you see? It means Janet has had chicks.
Well, bless my flappy comb.
How many did she have? Count the shells.
The shells, you say? 1, 2, more than 2.
Carry on.
That's it. More than 2. Chickens can only count up to 2.
2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 wings. What's the point of counting any higher?
Oh, crumbs. I hope Janet and the chicks are all right. Oh, we're having fun in the shade of the fallen tree. Just you and you and you and you. And me. Fluffy and bright, black, yellow and grey. Chip, chip, chip away, chip, chip, chip away, chip away. You all there, my loves? 1, 2, more than 2, jolly good, and off we go.
Calamity Janet clucked merrily away, unaware that she'd left behind one adventurous chick.
Oh, the free-range life is the life that chickens love best. Look, there's a hole in the ground, perhaps it'll make a nice nest. Oh, it smells like a fox. Come on, move away. Oh, cluck, cluck, cluck away, cluck, cluck, cluck away, cluck away. Right, are we all here? 1, 2, more than 2, jolly good, and off we go.
Once again, Janet bobbed and bustled away, and once again she forgot one of her chicks. Back at the coop, the other dogs arrived to help Mist.
Is everything all right out here?
It's Calamity Janet. She's wandered off with her newborn chicks.
Oh, silly Janet. Oh,
Can you hear cheeping?
Sounds like a chick. Oh, it is a chick.
that poor little thing has been hiding on its own.
Did your mum go on a walk without you?
A noisy little tyke, isn't he? What do you think we should call him, Heather?
Barry.
Well, if Janet's forgotten Barry, I'll dread to think what she's done with the rest of them.
Oh, don't worry, Ernie. I'm sure Janet and her chicks are as safe as houses.
Oh, we love to scrap in the fresh green towering grass. There's a tractor coming by, I hope you'll see us and pass. Cutting it down to turn into hay. Chop, chop, chop away, chop, chop, chop away, chop away.
Oh, it's my favourite day, 'cause I'm with the tractor with you. It's fast and bouncy and I've such a wonderful view. Oh, look out, boss! There's a head in the way! Steer, steer, steer away, steer, steer, steer away, steer away! Woohoo! Phew! Calamity Janet was nearly a headless chicken!
Oh, it's time I rest my poor old clackety feet. This heap of sticks looks a safe warm spot to sleep. We'll have a quick doze, then we'll get on our way. Nap, nap, nap away, nap, nap, nap away, nap away.
Oh, boss! That'll do nicely for the bonfire!
Oh, did you hear something? No? Oh, look at that worm.
That's it, boss. It's away.
It's getting a bit hot in here. Oh, well, I think we'll just go back to the coop, shall we? Come on, come on.
Oh dear. Calamity Janet headed home, having left behind yet another chick. Back at the coop, little Barry was in very safe paws.
Will you give it a rest, young fella? You'll cheap yourself hoarse.
I'm sure your mum and sisters will be home soon.
That's a nice soft feathery
Here! Ain't that Janet over there?
I can rest my feet and my beak and my feathers.
Oh, yes, it is. But she's only got one chick!
What? She's lost the lot of them!
Don't panic, Captain. Mum, Ernie, you look for the missing chicks. I'll make sure Janet doesn't lose any more.
And I'll keep an eye on Barry. Oh, well done, sweetheart. Found another worm.
Janet, what's going on?
Just a spot of worm pecking with my chicks.
Chick, Janet, you've only got one.
Have I? Oh, what am I like?
We'll find them for you, Janet. Or can you remember where you've been?
Oh, where have I been? First, I went past the old fallen tree.
Ooh, I can hear one, but I can't see it anywhere. Oh, hello up there, my little fluffy yeller feller. Now, let me help you down. You need to turn around and come back this way. Come along, you can... No, that's the wrong way. Not to the end. You can't fly yet, you're all fluff and no feather. That's it. It's jumpable from down there. It's as easy as falling off. Nobody saw that, did they? Good. Here, are you laughing? Well, if I can do it, so can you. It's nice and soft down here. Yeah, nearly. And oh, badiddy! Well done, little Yeller. Now back home with you.
Fallen tree, right. Where next?
I know. We went to the foxhole.
Oh, now that is a funny sounding fox. Hello? Oh, oh, it's not a fox. It's a tiny little chickalump. Oh, it must be one of Calamity Janet's. Oi, Flufferstroll. That's it, turn round. My name's Jake, what's yours? Oh, that's pretty. I was just, oh, sorry, I can't quite hear you. Speak up. She left you down there, did she? Yeah, can I get a word in Edgewick, please? Right, I'll take you home. Oh, mind me paws. Careful, you're in the danger zone now. My nose is a little bit runny. Yeah, sorry about that. Spot of hay fever. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get you back to the coop, shall we? Come on, me little darling, that's it.
Oh, dear Janet. A fallen tree and a foxhole. Did you go anywhere that wasn't dangerous?
Funny you should say that, Mist, 'cause the last place we went was a lovely warm heap of sticks.
Heap of sticks? What a calamity, Janet. That's the bonfire.
Don't you worry, chick. I'll get you out of there. Right, round you go. No, not that way. No, not that way. No, that's it. Go on. To me, towards me. Faster, faster. Quick. The whole lot's gonna fall in. Come on, that's it. Quick. Come on, don't hang about. Up it. That's it. You're safe.
Following Ernie's heroic rescue, the three dogs made their way back to the coop with their tiny companions.
Nice and easy, does it?
Jake and the brown burrower.
Oh, isn't he a little beaut?
Gale and the little yellow flying fellow. And Ernie with the fluffy fireball.
Hey, Janet, look.
You know, nearly there now.
Your chicks are back.
There you go, little fella. Bullseye.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, Mummy's coming. Oh, thank you all so much, dogs. I don't know what I'd have done.
Good work, team.
So, are we all here then? 1, 2, for the 2. Jolly good, and I think we'd better stay here.
And we'll be here again to see mist on Windcutter